Nice. Hello sword friends, we are releasing a new longsword today. So as you can see, it's a huge one, so I have to step aside for you guys to have a full look of this beautiful longsword. So to be clear here, we basically use all of the techniques and also upgraded leatherworks on this one sword. It's basically combine all of the features you will find right after our upgradings on those European longswords. I'm gonna hold it like this to give you a better look at it. As you can see, this sword is really long. Now with the scabbard, you are looking at around like 1.5 meters long. So compared to my height, this is really make me like really formidable, right? With the sword in my hand. And as you can see on the leatherworks, we put some like a small decorations made of brass to give you those antique flailings. And also we use this technique for the emblem, but you can use your hand to feel it. It just kind of remind me of the knightly sword we have out there, and I've definitely you can find those common parts on those leatherworks right after the upgradings. This is something you can take a closer look. And the hand stitching, as you roll, I think you can get a really closer look up from here, and the straight crossguard and also waist lines. I'd rather to have you guys take a closer look of this beautiful blade right there. I'm gonna just step back. So let's start from the Oakeshott typology. This is kind of like a fusion for this longsword. If you just judging from the blade itself, especially with like 1/4 of the fuller right here, with half the fuller right here, you can easily fall into the Type XVIIIb typology. But if you take a closer look at the handle here, especially the grip sections with thin lines right there, it's more like the 18B type, all you can find from those historical replicas. So this is definitely some combination and also fusion of a modern replica longsword. The blade length from the base right here is already 108 centimeters. We have this crossguard around like 13 centimeters to make sure you have the best balance when you wield it, because it's kind of heavy. The weight right now is around 1980 grams, so almost like a 2 kgs. As you can see, I kind of like moving around, and my hand is a little bit shaking when I do all those illustration and also introduction of the sword. And this is definitely a good longsword. You can definitely use it for practice for all those drills, those flow drills. You can find it on those HEMA school. Here's some like decorations. We did it using the hand right here. Hand stitching. This is not laser engraving. All those parts, even for the crossguard, we use the hand. Now I'm step up to give you close up. You will find this perfect pattern match right there, and with the beautiful pommel, the wheel pommel, as you can see, a perfect match. To be honest, it's really beautiful for a knightly sword, right? And also, you see we use those thin stainless steel wrapping for cover up the hilt here. It not just enhances durability, but also it has like a really good grip, comfortable grip. The hilt is already around 29 centimeters, only the grip sections. The diameter of the pommel, I forgot to mention, is 5 centimeters. This longsword is well sharpened using our 65 magnesium spring steel. It's battle ready and it's well sharpened. Later I'm gonna do the cutting test, and of course it can be used as a dowel edge if you just wanted to practice your, let's see, your longsword flow drills and all those other techniques. We can make it dowel, all right? So this is something we can make it for you guys. Speaking of the maneuverabilities, the sword blade itself is thistle tapers as well. Now from the base is around like 6 millimeters. As you can see, the fullers actually goes all the way to the top part. This is something I wanted to address one more time. And also from the base right here is around like 6mm, the thickness. And let's move all to the tip right here around this area. It's around 3.7mm. All right, so it's this tapered, and of course, this is gonna give this beautiful longsword a very well balanced point of balance is 10 centimeters. So if you guys are really picky with the point balance, I think this one will fall into your taste. This is the purpose we do this addition, to make sure you have a well sharpened, battle ready longsword. When you have it, you can practice it. So let's test out this beautiful longsword. Let's test the sharpness of the blade first. That's smooth. Let's go a little bit slowly. I was just using the center of percussion of the blade, which I tested. You can test it. It's really sharp, that area, for sure. Change to another edge. See that? Sharp. I'll just use this tatami as a test. The sharpness is pretty good. I can definitely maneuver it. I like those tinkling sound when they do the cuttings. Very sharp, as you can see from here. Of course, we're gonna test the limit right here. So let's keep doing it. Nice. 3 in a row. When you use a longsword, the most concerned question for me is the alignment, and you have to worry about those vibration during the cutting. But so far, this blade holds it pretty well, not to mention the sharpness of the blade. Let's keep doing that, testing that. One cut is nothing. There we go. The upper hand cuttings kind of failed. I cut it like 2 in a row. Let's try it out. Nice. Even the upper hand cuttings, you can see, can check the edge. I mean, with the strict crossguard, the right proportion, and a beautiful point of balance, you can easily control this beautiful longsword. Even for an amateur like me, you see, the cutting edge is straight, right angles, because I can control the vibration, the alignment during the cuttings, right? So it's maneuverable. It's not like some people gonna complain it's too heavy. This is what this longsword designed for, those heavy cuttings. So let's just continue doing the test. All right, so this is our old drill, the dry bamboo in a tatami mat. So let's work on the blade to see how it's gonna work out. Clean cut. All right, I'm never shy to share the field result. As you can see, cutting on the joint, hitting on the blade, and it flied away. It's a powerful cut, but when you hit the joint of those dry bamboo, it's gonna be a challenge. Now, I think you gotta take a look. Of the blade itself, all right? So I was just using my hand to wipe off all those soaked tatami on the surface. There's no back rolls, no chipping on the blade itself. This is the most area I cut most. So as you can see, it's pretty good. But I have to work on my aim for sure. I would prefer to work on those areas. So in my own opinions, just cut the dry bamboo directly is the ultimate test to a sword. If you don't believe me, you can try it to cut those dry bamboos. That's a great challenging for the edge rotation and also for your formations and also everything. Jeez. Look at this powerful cut on the dry bamboo. You see the size? This is the impacting area. This is a beast for sure. And this is the upper body of the bamboo. You can check. Look at what I've done to this blade. It didn't cut through. It definitely bite into the blade itself. But check out the blade, how the blade held up. To be honest, this is the most worrisome cutting to any sword users. It didn't cut through, kind of like stop in the middle, and it might have those blade chipping on the blade itself. But this beautiful spring steel held up pretty good right there. As you can see, this is the purpose of we do those abusive testing. You see, even under those severe situations, in case some bad thing happened, right? When you do the cuttings, it can still hold it up safely right there. You see, it's actually the joint area. Did you see that? Now, this is what happened, but the blade hold it up pretty good right there. Now, right after all those dry bamboo, let's test the sharpness of this, especially the impacted edge area. It's still smooth, right? Still very smooth. Beautiful, right? Right proportion, great power, and also it can handle those soft and also heavy cutting materials. This is the part I love. This is the power of the Longsword, yeah? Look at the size of this water bottle. I just try to test the limitations and the sharpness. Although it didn't stay on the stand, but it worked pretty good. I'm really satisfied with it. This is some plastic cover on the surface. The whole edge is just pretty straight, as you can see. A great testament to the blade itself, and also for the heat treatment, the sharpened surfaces, and of course, the edge rotation. It's both tested. Oh, I'm really happy with this battle-ready longsword. Man, you're gonna love it as well. So I decided to give this beautiful longsword a rest now and make a conclusion for this beautiful longsword. The fusion of different typologies of Oakeshott. And to be honest, I'm satisfied with the last work we've been upgrading lately. And now with a little bit like a metal decorations on the blade itself, on the scabbard itself, hand stitching as always. It's definitely a good choice for the collections. And for the sword itself, although it's heavy, 1980 grams, right? You can definitely use it for those flow drills of the longsword. It has like a really fair weight for it. It's gonna definitely help, especially for your hammer practice. And in terms of the sharpness of the blade and also the edge rotation, this is the parts we tested mostly in today's edition. The sharpness is pretty good, and which I can guarantee to you, when you purchase from us, you can get the same sharpness as I tested here today. This is something I can guarantee. And for the edge rotation, you know, we did all those abusive testings and the timing mat and also the dry bamboo, even the dry bamboo wrapped up with the tatami mat. We tested, all worked pretty well. Although my formations and also my experiences, I needed to practice more, but still, that doesn't stop me from cutting all those successful cuttings, which I love, and I feel like this is the sword which I felt like a little bit belonging to this sword as well. So I would love to hear your advices, because now this can be deemed as the second longsword we have been successfully launched. I would really appreciate your advices, suggestions, and of course your orders as well. All right, so I think that's pretty much everything. Feel free to check out our website, swordier.com, and also feel free to talk to me, discuss with me, and leave your comments down below. Thank you. Bye-bye.